Okay, so you've been looking around for property to buy. You may have seen some properties come up that say cash buyers only. So, what makes a property so special that only people with cash, not people with a mortgage, just people with cash can buy it? And what is the weird workaround that you can use to actually purchase with a mortgage, even when it's cash buyer only? I'll explain it all after this short intro. I'm Tim Hill, internet entrepreneur, property investor, and author of How to Really Buy a Property. No, it's not one of those books that goes on and on about how you can make millions investing in property, and all you have to do is go on my course to learn the secrets, and then you go on my course and you find out that you have to go on my master course to learn the real secrets. None of that. If you have decided to buy a property, no matter what your motivation, then How to Really Buy a Property is the smart way to do it. And it will save you time, money, and stress. Okay, now the main reason why some properties are cash buyer only really centres around they don't have an internal bathroom or they don't have an internal kitchen. These are, for most mortgage lenders, the two things they need to be able to say a property is habitable. Someone could actually live there as a residential person. And with a mortgage, they're giving you a residential loan. This is not a commercial loan to buy a commercial property. That's completely different. This is a residential mortgage. Now, there are still some properties kicking around out there that might not have an internal bathroom or they might not have an internal kitchen. You have to check with mortgage providers generally. Internal bathrooms, they're the really big one. If there's no internal bathroom, they're just not going to lend on it. And some will say the same about the whole kitchen situation. So generally speaking, it's the bathroom that's the big one, but it can be the kitchen as well. So this is usually for a cash buyer, doesn't need that kind of loan, and they will come in and they will buy it, they will put in a bathroom and a kitchen, and then they can sell it again to a much broader audience of people with mortgages, so they can usually add quite a bit to the price. It's a good deal. It really doesn't matter if the property looks like a house, walks like a house, quacks like a house. If it doesn't have the bathroom, then as far as the mortgage company goes, it's not a house. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the workaround, which is possible. It's a little bit risky, but just to be aware that it's out there. But also to be realistic about this, that very often, it is going to be a cash buyer developer that will just come in and buy it. And very often the seller, the vendor might wait for that, might reject your offer, even if it's good, because if they know your plan, they know that it's got some hoops to jump through. Okay, so what do you need to do? Right, so there are mortgage companies which are just going to say no, but there are mortgage companies that will say no unless. And that's a really important difference. So what you'll find is, let's say we've got this flat, it's £100,000, it's got no bathroom. Now, what you want is to find the mortgage lender that says, I agree that flat is worth 100,000 if it has a bathroom. And what they do then, what you're looking for them to do is get a surveyor to do what's called a 100% retention. So the surveyor will go to the property and say, this property is worth 100,000. However, I don't recommend to the lender that you lend 100,000 until this property has a bathroom. So, and that sort of saying no is called a retention. It's not a no, this property is not worth it. It's no, this property is not worth it until it has the bathroom. So it's the retention. Now, what you're looking to do with the vendor is organise for a very long period between exchange and completion. Exchange is the moment when you are legally bound to go through with the purchase, and completion is when you will legally take ownership. Now, let's say 3 months. You also put in the contract that both of you sign that you will have unhindered access to the property for the purposes of installing a bathroom. Okay, so you have got this 3-month period to get a bathroom into the property. You might also put in that contract that if the vendor withdraws from the deal, doesn't go through with the deal, that he has to pay some sort of compensation for his lovely new bathroom. So you also put that into the contract. Okay, so they're both there in the contract. You've now got 3 months to get that bathroom in. Well, less than 3 months, really. Because once you've put the bathroom in, then you go back to the surveyor, the one who said, I think this property's worth 100,000, but I'm retaining 100,000. That's a retention of 100,000, 100% retention, until there's a bathroom. And you say to the vendor, to the solicitor, property's now got a bathroom. So he goes round, looks at the property, goes, bathroom. So now he removes the retention. Okay, it's never been a case of I'm not going to lend to you on that property. It's just been a case of I'm not going to lend to you on that property until there's a bathroom. Sees there's a bathroom, flushes the toilet, says nice, removes the retention. You've got a mortgage. So now you can go through with the actual completion. Obviously, there's a lot of messing around in that and a lot of detail which needs to go into the contract to make sure you get that access to the property to be able to get that bathroom in and protect yourself against the vendor then not going through the sale. But it can all be done. And if you approach more a mortgage broker than individual mortgage lenders, so don't go to the bank, go to someone like, John Charcoal, Alexander Hall, or one of the many other big mortgage brokers out there, because they have good contacts within lenders. And so that they can then say, oh, yeah, I know a bank that can do this, or I'll phone my contact and see if they're willing to change things a bit to go with 100% retention rather than just a no answer, and take it from there. So that's really your best move forward if you're trying to buy a cash-only property with a mortgage. It's certainly possible. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And that's it. That's really why properties are cash only and the mortgage workaround. That's all for this short video. There's much more information in the book, How to Really Buy a Property. As always, if you found this information useful, please remember to subscribe, to share, to like, to do all those social media things. It all helps other people who need this information find it more easily. If you've got some specific questions which you'd like me to have a go at answering, please put them in the comments below and I'll try and get to them. And in the meantime, good luck with your property purchase.